Hi, my name is David Spriggs and I'm a senior consultant with Dynamics, focusing on addressing customer experience issues through the implementation of intelligent digital forms. I've been working with forms and workflow platforms for over 10 years now, initially with SharePoint and InfoPath, and now with K2, Black Pearl and Smart Forms. Just a word about Dynamics. We are an Australian company helping businesses on their journey of digital transformation by providing tailored solutions, transforming static, disconnected forms to intelligent digital forms, integrated with business systems and accessible everywhere. So why are we here? Today in this session I'd like to look at why businesses need to transform, what is forcing companies to examine their products, the ways in which they conduct business, and how they connect with their customers. Review what is meant by digital transformation and the key drivers. Share our approach to digital transformation. And demonstrate how our new Forms in a Box service enables your initiatives to achieve rapid results. And finally, I hope this will spark your interest in further discussions on getting started with Forms in a Box. In recent years, there have been a number of advances in digital technology, such as ubiquitous access to mobile networks, social network platforms, and wearable devices that are threatening traditional ways of delivering products and services. Companies such as Amazon, Netflix, Airbnb, and Uber have appeared from nowhere, using digital technology to disrupt their industries and challenge incumbent businesses. Information technology has moved from back office and is now embedded in our personal and business lives, changing expectations and habits. Organizations now must change how they engage with their customers and align their internal processes in order to deliver value or risk becoming uncompetitive. So what is meant by digital transformation? In their March 2015 executive briefing paper, IDC defined digital transformation as the continuous process by which enterprises adapt to or drive disruptive changes in their customers and markets by leveraging digital competencies to create new business models, products, and services. Forrester and others describe the drivers of digital transformation as improvement of the customer experience, development of operational agility, increase in employee efficiency, and the reduction in costs. There are many views, plans, and strategies published in recent months of how to become a digital business. At Dynamics, we believe that there is much you can do now to enable your existing business processes to become more agile and connected. So what is our approach? Our approach is to identify and address customer experience issues and business inefficiencies caused by static, disconnected forms. These forms lead to a very disappointing and time-consuming experience for customers and poor perception of the organization. The Forrester Customer Experience Index online survey of 2015 reports that 50% of companies stated improving customer experience was a priority, yet none managed to deliver an excellent experience. Forms are reported by Gartner to be an integral part of 85% of business processes. This represents a significant opportunity to improve customer experience and business outcomes. By utilizing data access technologies, we are able to integrate existing line of business and EDRMS systems with intelligent digital forms across all devices. This leads to a new customer experience and increases the accessibility of systems to internal business processes. Our Forms in a Box service is a cost-effective method to rapidly assess and identify these forms, establish aligned performance metrics, develop a prototype solution that demonstrates an improved customer experience and more efficient submission handling whilst retaining existing systems. So Forms in a Box is a fixed fee service requiring no on-site infrastructure or software installation and is delivered in 4 phases. In phase 1, we'll identify, assess and prioritize up to 10 static disconnected forms that could be transformed into intelligent digital forms. A single form will be recommended for development. Next, in phase 2, we will undertake the analysis, specification and design of the form recommended in the first phase. In the transformation phase, the form design and automated submission handling will be developed using K2 technology in a secure Microsoft Azure cloud environment. Finally, in phase 4, the prototype will be presented for executive review, demonstrating the features and illustrating the value proposition to the organization using the performance metrics gathered in the assessment phase. Let's take a look in a bit more detail what is delivered in each phase of the Forms in the Box service. In this phase, an inventory of up to 10 forms will be created either through a self-assessment or facilitated assessment and then prioritized primarily based on the following criteria. Importance. This is the impact that the form and related process has on the organization's mission or objectives. Health. This is the benefit the form and related process might gain from transformation. Measures for this criteria may include issues with cost, time and quality. Feasibility. There are several factors that can influence this criteria. These include whether the form owner is known and amenable to change, if the form can be changed without a detrimental impact to the performance of staff participating in the process, whether the form has accessible points of integration, and if the form can be updated without extensive rework to related processes, policies or procedures. Secondly, they are ranked by estimated time saving. This is the time saved during form completion and submission handling. The outcome of this phase is a prioritized inventory of forms and a form recommended for transformation. Analysis, specification and design of the selected form is the next phase. A detailed analysis will be undertaken to discover and document form elements, business rules, data model, submission handling and line of business system integration that will be required to develop the prototype. The outcome of this phase is a single form analysis, specification and design document. Next is the development of the prototype solution based on the design. No license costs are involved. All is included in a self-contained Microsoft Azure cloud environment. This environment consists of a virtual machine running Microsoft Windows Server 2012, SQL Server 2012, K2 Black Pearl and SmartForms 4.7. The prototype will provide an integration simulation of the line of business system. No access is required to the actual system. The outcome of this phase includes a working prototype intelligent form with submission handling, line of business integration, form management tools and reporting facilities. A solution package permitting further development and or deployment to a production environment, and a complete environment ready for presentation and further evaluation. In the final phase, the prototype will be presented for executive review, demonstrating the potential value to the organization. The outcome of this last phase includes demonstration of the value of the prototype solution and the potential of the remaining inventory, a quotation to complete the prototype development and move to a production environment. So would you like to see an example scenario? If you don't, we can summarize now, but I think I'll move forward and show you our example. The organization's scenario is a fictitious health insurer which makes a number of paper forms available to its members via an online portal. The insurer is looking to improve the experience of customers contacting their call center and to address issues when making a claim. In the identification and assessment phase, the customer selected 10 forms from the portal. One form scores high against all criteria. It also offers significant reduction in time to complete the form and saves around 150 man-hours per week in processing time. The outcome of this phase is a recommendation to transform the accident and injury report form. Let's take a look at the assessment tool in use. This allows us to collect key information about an organisation's forms and associated processes in order to understand their use and assess their priority order for transformation. First is the data entry section of the form, and at the bottom of the form is the prioritised list of forms that have already been assessed. The order in which the forms are ranked depends primarily on the overall criteria score and secondly on the potential time savings during form completion and submission handling. Let's take a look at a completed assessment to better understand the information collected. So this particular form, as we can see, is the accident injury form. The form owner for this has been determined to be Harry Black, and here we have captured the document control number for the paper form. We can see that the purpose of this form is to report details of an injury in order to process a claim for medical expenses, and here we can see there's the electronic source file for the current form, so we've attached that here. Next we have the form metrics. So firstly we have the frequency of submission. So this is the number of forms that are submitted on our average week. Also we capture the average time taken to complete a form in minutes, so it's 180 minutes to complete this particular form. Then the average time taken to process the form, and then we do some maths to work out the potential savings for form completion and for submission handling and processing. Next we'll look at some of the integration characteristics for this form. So the line of business application for which this form collects information here is on premises rather than in the cloud, and we can see next that Active Directory is the user identification mechanism. Also we can see here that our line of business application uses Oracle to store its data, so we could change this and we could say we can make it SQL. And next is some information about the associated process. So the process that's associated with this particular form is the injury claim process. Here we've indicated that the process owner is the same as the form owner, and at the name of the line of business application is the injury claim system. Next we've got some notes that help us to understand the associated process and the submission handling. And here we say that this particular process is to identify the claimant's entitlement for compensation, and that the report must be accompanied by required medical reports and other letters, and must be sent by registered post. Finally, here we have criteria which allow us to sort of rank this form in order against other forms in the organisation. So the importance criteria, so this is the impact that the form and related process has on the organisation's mission or objectives, and here we can see that this is very high. Next is the health criteria. So this is the benefit that this form and related process might gain from transformation. Measures for this criteria may include issues with cost, time and quality. And finally we have a feasibility criteria. Now there are several factors that can influence this, including whether the form owner is known and amenable to change, if the form can be changed without a detrimental impact to the performance of staff participating in the process, whether or not the form has accessible points of integration, and could the form be updated without having extensive rework to related processes, policies or procedures. So as we made a change for this form, we'll just save this. In the analysis, specification and design phase, it has been discovered that the customer logs on to their personalised health insurance portal and downloads the form. It is a two-page form, and as we can see, it requires information that the insurer already holds about the customer and details describing the circumstances that led to the injury, together with other information regarding workers' compensation, third-party insurance claims, and any other claims such as public liability. In addition to the completed form, the claimant must attach any medical reports and official letters of insurance claim refusal. On completion of the injury report form, the whole package must then be mailed by registered post to the health insurer for processing. The time taken to complete the form, assemble the associated documentation, package for posting, and take to the post office to send by registered post is, on a good day, about 3 hours. Once the report is received at the call centre, consultants who are not handling telephone inquiries from customers process forms by manually entering details into the injury claim system. Some consultants cite that many of the reports received are missing necessary information and need a follow-up call for clarification. On completion of the data entry, they scan the provided medical report and letters into the system and send the package to the record manager for electronic record creation and archive. When the processing of the form has been completed, the consultant manually drafts a letter of receipt, which is then posted to the customer. When all submissions have been processed, the consultants return to handling telephone inquiries. On average, the call centre receives around 100 claims per week, and each submission takes around 1.5 hours to process if no follow-up call is required. During the transformation phase, a dedicated virtual machine is provisioned to enable the prototype solution to be developed, demonstrated, and evaluated. In this scenario, the line of business system is an in-house developed SQL Server database, and the records management system is a HP Records Manager or TRIM system. Now let's take a look at the demonstration of the prototype. In this scenario, our health insurance member Barry has logged into the portal and opened the injury report form. We can see in this version of the form the information the health insurer already knows about Barry has been pre-populated. By checking a box to answer a question, the required information fields are displayed, illustrating that the business rules for determining which part of the form that Barry needs to complete are built into the form. But for this example, we only need the basic information. The form also performs field validation. So if we enter the incorrect information into a field, we'll get a message that states that the date is invalid or it's in an incorrect format. Also, if we try to submit the form now, we'll get a validation warning saying that the required fields have not been completed. So let's go ahead and fill in the form. Enter in the surname of the injured person, first name, date of birth, we can use the picker to enter the date of the injury and then describe how the injury occurred. And then we can click the declaration button, and here we can see that the data has already been completed. So there's a message displayed that the form has been submitted and that we'll get a receipt shortly by email. Now if we switch over to the injury claim system and then refresh, we can see that the information from the form has automatically been entered into the line of business system. But if we notice here, the record number hasn't been completed. So this is because the submission handling process is still executing, and if we wait a few minutes, we should be able to see record has been entered into the trim record management system. So now the record number has been displayed, we can use the HP Records Manager application to search for the record D17/9. So we can see the record's been entered, and we should be able to open the claim form. And here we can see the claim form that we entered is displayed for Jeremy Willis, who fell over whilst crossing the road. So finally, if we now check Barry's email, we can see there's an email with the receipt for Barry's report submission, complete with the PDF attachment. From the demonstration, we can see that the intelligent form is much easier and faster to complete. Information that is already known is preloaded into the form. Built-in business rules show you only the sections you need to complete. There's no need to go to the post office. Form submissions are now handled quickly and efficiently, with data validation handled during form completion, so no follow-up calls are required. Data is recorded directly into the line of business system and a record created in HP Record Manager. The customer notification is performed automatically via email. Call center consultants are now free to respond to telephone inquiries, thereby improving the service experienced by customers. So, in summary, we reviewed why businesses need to transform. New technology has introduced innovative ways of delivering products and services using mobile devices and social networks, leading to market entrants like Amazon, Uber, and Airbnb disrupting entire industries. This is continuing, and businesses are investing heavily in digital transformation initiatives to remain competitive. IT is now embedded in our lives, and our skills and expectations have changed forever. The need to improve customer experience, enable operational agility, increase employee efficiency, and reduce costs are driving investment in transformation programs. Our approach to accelerate digital transformation is to identify customer experience improvement and business efficiency opportunities, and demonstrate this through the development of intelligent forms, automated submission handling, and system integration. So I'm hoping that you'll want to act now, and that I've convinced you that there are significant opportunities to improve business efficiencies and the experience of your customers, and that our Forms in a Box service can help you identify these and develop solutions for you to evaluate. So contact us now on any platform you wish, so we can discuss how Forms in a Box can help your organization.